Hi, I'm Eileen Kane. I have a different video for you today and I'm excited about it. It is something that I don't normally talk about, but what I normally do is either hair or makeup or skincare or, makeup hauls, whatever. But today I wanted to talk about supplements and the supplements in particular that I take. You know, beauty and health comes from the inside out as well. I mean, we can put makeup on our face and we can take care of our skin and we can do certain things to make, enhance our beauty. But ultimately, it comes from within, not only from the kind of person you are, but also what, I'm a big believer in how you look and how you present yourself is how you feel. And if you are, if you're not feeling well and not eating the right things and not taking care of yourself, that's going to reflect on the outside. And I just want to encourage everyone to do their own research. I have done a lot of research on various subjects, and one of them being supplements. This is what is healthy for me. I am not telling you to take these things. I am not saying this is right or wrong. I am not a medical professional, so I just want to put that disclaimer out there. I believe in it because it's right for me. I don't think that it's right for everyone. And you certainly must consult your doctor. So if you're under the care of a doctor or if you're taking other medications, there are interactions and also health risks with supplements. So you have to be careful. So with that said, all that out of the way, this is what I take and why. Back in the old days, I used to take echinacea, which is coneflower, and that helps shorten the length of a cold. And it also kind of boosts your immune system. So when I felt like I was getting sick, I'd always start taking echinacea, and I either didn't get a full-blown cold or it just shortened the cold, rather than, 7 to 10 days of cold and feeling bleh. It was more like 3 or 4 days. Or I just kind of felt like my body was fighting it for that, length of time, like a week. I never really actually came down with a whole mess of symptoms. So, that said, and I do still take echinacea, but for some reason, I had never heard of black elderberry. Now, since the days of COVID, of course, black elderberry is everywhere, and I feel like everybody knows what black elderberry is. But, okay, so it is an immune booster, obviously. It's a powerful antioxidant. I've got some notes, so excuse me if I keep looking down. It's got not only antioxidants to boost your immune system and also shorten colds and viruses. It was used a lot to actually shorten the flu. But I believe it has helped a lot of people as well, had the big C word. It has helped them. That said, did you know, this blew my mind when I was reading all this. Did you know that black elderberry also is a sterol? What? It's a sterol that helps lower cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol, which is your bad cholesterol. That blew my mind. I didn't know that. Duh. So I started, instead of taking this occasionally, whenever I would start to feel sniffly, I take this every day now. I have elevated LDL cholesterol. I guess with age and a couple years of just not caring and eating kind of whatever I wanted. And, if you don't believe in that kind of thing, if you're one of those types that eat whatever you want to, and you don't think it's going to affect you, it will. It does, and it will. Because for myself, I'm living proof. my doctor used to compliment me on my cholesterol levels. And he's like, you're probably one of my healthiest patients I've ever had. Your cholesterol's good, this is good, that's good, and I was so proud of that. And for whatever reason, life, stress, whatever, I don't know what happened, but I was just like, I think actually menopause hit, and I was like, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna eat whatever I want. I've never eaten like whatever I want. I've always tried to be healthy, and I've always tried to watch my weight, and I've always tried to eat the right things and do the right things. I'm going to take like a year and eat whatever I want. I ate candy, ice cream every night, along with gaining weight. Go to the doctor, lo and behold, my cholesterol's way up there, and my glucose levels are way up there. So, not a good idea. What you eat affects you, whether you want to believe it or not. Don't take my word for it. It really does. It really does. Okay, lecture's over. So, black elderberry every day for sterols to keep your cholesterol down. Awesome. I did not know that. Okay, so it is also a powerful antioxidant that helps fight against free radicals, and so it fights cancer. Also did not know that. This stuff blows me away. I just find it fascinating, and that's why I'm kind of doing this, because also, side note, I do videos obviously on beauty related stuff and, hair stuff or skincare or makeup or whatever, makeup hauls. But I do believe honestly that your beauty comes from within. And yeah, we can do things, so we can color our hair and we can curl it and we can put makeup on and enhance our looks. But ultimately what we put in our bodies reflects on the outside, right? So if you're putting healthy, nutritious food in, obviously with the aid of supplements and vitamins and the minerals that you need, then obviously that's going to reflect on the outside. So it's kind of it's a win-win. It's part of my beauty routine. So that's the whole reason for the video. Okay, so let's move on. Black elderberry also contains, I have notes down here, so that's why I keep looking down, so please excuse me. Also contains polyphenols, which are another type of antioxidant, and it helps control, ready for this, blood glucose levels. So, wow. Not only am I lowering my cholesterol, I'm also lowering that insulin resistance, right? The glucose levels in my body that were a little bit high. And I'm honestly not worried about them along with some other supplements. I feel like I'm on the right path, and I feel like I'm doing what I need to do to kind of curb and reverse the health conditions that I very well could have ended up with having, like type 2 diabetes or or high cholesterol, high, who knows what that would lead to, high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, all those things. So it is obviously truly a superfood. Contains vitamin A, vitamin B6, iron, C, and calcium. Now there is a disclaimer about black elderberry. Do not eat it raw. It contains small amounts of a toxin that is similar to cyanide. So obviously you don't want to eat cyanide or a toxin that is close to cyanide. So let's just take it as a supplement or a tea. If you know how to do it, you could do a tea or tincture, I'm sure. Okay, moving on. Also, before I move on, a lot of these you're going to see a kind of a familiar, I don't know what I'm trying to say, a pattern. So in a lot of the supplements, like I said, are You have to do your own research, so they're geared for what you need and your body needs. One of the things that my body needs is I was highly inflamed, had a lot of inflammation going on from a back injury and a failed back surgery that resulted in a lot of chronic pain, a lot of inflammation, and permanent nerve damage in my leg. So that said, a lot of what I take is anti-inflammatory stuff to help that. So cod liver oil is one thing that I also take every day. It helps prevent vitamin D deficiencies, which, can you believe, scientists estimate over a billion people are vitamin D deficient. That just blows my mind. Vitamin D deficiency is linked to all kinds of health problems like weak bones, abnormal brain development in babies, metabolic syndrome, high blood pressure, high glucose levels, and high cholesterol. So again, it's helping you with those glucose levels and cholesterol. And not only that, obviously, to boost your vitamin D, we need that vitamin D hormone to function. So that's very important. I know for me, I'm fair skinned, blue eyes, blonde hair. Well, yeah, it's bleached. Yeah. But I still have light hair. And right now it's gray. But I don't want to necessarily spend a lot of time in the sun, because obviously that's going to lead to sun damage and freckles and, sunspots and photo damage. That's not necessarily a good thing. So I'm going to take some supplements to help counteract that natural loss of vitamin D. And thank God I live in a sunny climate and a warm climate most of the year round. So I don't have to worry about that. But cod liver oil also helps in arthritic pain and cardiovascular disease. I had no clue. Well, I did actually have a clue about the cardiovascular disease. It's a omega-3 fatty acid. So it's going to help and be healthy for your heart and your cardiovascular system and your bloodstream. I did not read anything about like a high risk or anything that was a interaction with any other drugs. But again, do your own research, because I'm not the expert on this. Most of my information came from WebMD. Okay, so I also take saffron. Saffron, I love saffron. Saffron is a very hard to harvest, difficult to harvest spice, and it's the world's most expensive spice. It's harvested by hand and cultivated mostly in Iran, which is fascinating to me. I take it simply for my mood. I have ADHD, which comes with some awesome symptoms, and one of which is like my mood can just switch in a second, in the blink of an eye. I can be happy and then just blow up or get mad or get irritable for no reason. So, obviously there's reasons, but it seems like it's like a hair trigger sometimes. This helps stabilize my mood. I need all the stability I can get. That sounds funny. Like so many of us out there, it's been a very stressful few years. It's not getting much better. I have kids with ASD, and I kind of hit me one day, rather than to focus on their issues, which of course we are focusing on their issues and they're getting the help they need, and all that entails with that. But why not do something for myself? Why not help myself to be able to cope with things, daily situations or triggers and stresses and difficulties, as well as I can, for their benefit. So I want to be the best mom and wife and, daughter that I can be. And for me to do that, I needed to just really take a step aside and look into myself and, okay, what is the support that I need? One of the supports, and when I evaluated that, the supports that I need, okay, I need support in getting stressed throughout the day. Okay, well, what's the trigger of that stress? The trigger is what is the action? What is the reaction coming from that trigger? Anger or irritability. Okay, what will help anger and irritability? Okay, do my research. Found out that saffron, a lot of people with ADHD use and have benefited very well from saffron. So I tried it out and I absolutely love it. It is more expensive, but not only does it help with mood swings, but also helps decreasing swelling, inflammation, helps kill cancer cells. Ta-da, love that. Side bonus, helps with diseases like depression, anxiety, Alzheimer's, and PMS. Just amazing things. And I did not find any like side effects or health risks from taking saffron. Obviously, again, I'm just going to keep repeating this. Talk to your doctor. Don't start taking these because I do or because somebody on the internet tells you to. You really research this stuff for yourself, because this is your health we're talking about, and these are things that help me, but it may not help you. Another thing I take for ADHD is vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is known as, I'm going to try to say these big words. I'm not a doctor. Pyridoxine. Okay, so it's one of the 8 essential B vitamins that our bodies need to stay healthy. This nutrient is an essential part of nearly 200 chemical reactions in your body and is necessary for processes like brain development, carrying oxygen through your bloodstream, and it also helps with your nervous system and immune function. It's great for circulation, immune system, like I said. It helps with morning sickness, better mood, it boosts your serotonin. That's why I take it. PMS, depression, anxiety, lowers your cancer risk, slows tumor growths, as well as dementia, brain function, Alzheimer's. So all of that, really good stuff. It does have health risks though, so be aware of taking too much because it can cause gastro issues, sun sensitivity, numbness, lack of muscle control, lesions, and a hard time sensing pain. So we don't want to take too much. Another vitamin B that I take is B12, and mostly I started taking that for energy. Before I started this supplement journey, I was having a lot of issues, kind of like what I said before, with inflammation. I wasn't eating right, brain fog, and just a feeling of kind of like no motivation, not a lot of energy, and just that feeling, overall feeling of like blah, I started taking vitamin B12. I think that was one of the first supplements that I started taking. And actually somebody recommended it to me for the energy, and it has made such a difference. So vitamin B12 helps your body to create DNA, and it nourishes your brain and nervous system, and it assists with the formation of healthy red blood cells. And actually some people, and I think that this was me, some people lack the protein that helps absorb your vitamin B12, putting you at risk for anemia. I have suffered for years and years and years with anemia. So I was always, and I'm talking, okay, I'm 50 something now. And okay, I'm 54. Okay, I'm 54. I'm 54 today. I started in my early 20s, 19, 20, 21. And I started going to the doctor, and I was severely anemic. So I have suffered for years and years and years with anemia and weakness, dizziness, fatigue, extreme fatigue, tired all the time. I used to have really dark circles under my eyes, very hollow, just yuck. And I got nauseated a lot. And I'm not sure if that's also an anemia-like response, nausea, but it seemed like I was always sick, just always feeling sick. So anyway, vitamin B12 also is a treatment and prevention for depression. It reduces the risk of macular degeneration, which is awesome. I did not know that. I believe my grandmother might have suffered from, actually, I think she just suffered from a detached retina as she got older, which I was kind of worried about eye health as well. And so that's a bonus, you know. It helps with birth weight, birth defects, and brain health, obviously, and dementia. So another good one for brain health. Okay, drug interactions. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce all of these right. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm probably butchering a lot of these, you know, long scientific names. So please forgive me. But drug interactions include, okay, metformin. So don't take B12 if you're on metformin. Histamine H2 receptor antagonist. Proton pump inhibitor, or chloramphenicol. So don't take B12 if you're on any of those medications. And again, consult your doctor and look it up, research it. So I don't want this video to be too long. I knew that I was going to have to break it into parts, and I am only at the very beginning of my supplements. Not really. Let's see, how many pages am I into? Yeah, pretty much at the beginning of my supplements. So I'm going to cut this off for now, because I know that I lost probably half of you at about the 3-minute mark. So I hope you'll stay with me for the part 2, and I will continue this supplement journey with you. And I have had a lot of fun researching this and putting this information out there. And so if you want to continue to learn about my supplements with me, please follow for part 2. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.